So today I'm going to be talking about marketing strategies and the corporate library. Okay, so the research problem. Generally speaking, corporate libraries are a bit of a mystery. While there are trends within the realm of corporate libraries, it is also important to remember that corporate libraries exist alone as a department within a parent organization. Corporate librarians themselves report that the services the library offers are not being used to its full potential. The problem that corporate libraries face is how to bridge the gap. How do we integrate the services of the corporate library into the information-seeking routines of employees, and in turn, hopefully boost the company's perception of the library's value? My research question is as follows. How do marketing efforts impact the value proposition of the corporate library? Some sub-questions that arise are, what do sophisticated marketing strategies look like in the context of the corporate library? Which kinds of companies tend to lead innovation? How are traditional LIS resources supporting the emerging need for corporate libraries to develop in-house marketing strategies? And how does implementing innovative marketing strategies change the face of the corporate library? Terms. Very basically, a corporate library is a type of special library serving the staff at a corporation. Marketing. In the context of this study, marketing refers to the efforts undertaken by corporate libraries to offer services and advertise them in such a way that aims to grow patronage. Marketing efforts in this study is a borrowed term from past LIS research that discusses innovative ways that libraries have advertised their services to patrons. This includes developing a more holistic library brand image, innovating products and services that better reflect the shifting information demands of the library's patron base, and adopting new approaches to more traditional advertising. As an example, I've included just last weekend the ad that the NYPL took out in the New York Times, advertising books that are free on Black Friday. So I thought that was kind of prescient and cute. Yes, so the term value proposition refers to how valuable the library is to the parent firm. This will refer to how those at the executive level judge the library's contribution to the corporation's bottom line, driving profit. Yes, next up, we're going to have a little look at the literature. So corporate libraries and the difficulty of measuring value is the first theme that emerges. Literature on and around the topic of the value proposition of the corporate library has long focused on how to value the services that the corporate library provides its parent firm. Corporate libraries came about as part of a revolution of the way labor was managed. This change in labor management heralded the era of the multi-divisional corporate structure. As one department of a large corporate structure that makes the company work, the value of the corporate library had always been assumed, and because of that, no formal methods to measure its value were really developed. The literature agrees that the corporate library status of assumed value caused the library's services to stagnate, and the need to connect with patrons about the details of their information needs never became a pressing issue. At the same time, other studies also reveal that the lack of adequate value measurement had slowly corroded what was one time a positive executive outlook on the corporate library. Past research on tools used to measure the value of the corporate library discuss how the traditional tools used to measure the value of a department within a corporate structure are inherently problematic when applied to the corporate library. The main issue with more traditional tools, such as measuring return on investment, are that they fail to account for all the services that the corporate library provides. This is a problem more broadly in libraries because, as we all know, libraries do provide both tangible and intangible services. Established marketing approaches. For some time, the LIS world has been aware that a portion of potential library patrons is instead pursuing unassisted pathways to information, such as Google and the like. The corporate library is no different. It too must compete and establish itself as a solid option for information. Some very recent LIS literature has focused on the way that corporate libraries can compete. More specifically, they've discussed more innovative strategies that the library can use within the corporate structure to drive interest and get new employees using it. On the topic of emerging marketing approaches, there has been significant research on how specialized libraries are adapting or adding services to thrive in an era of budget cuts. In corporate libraries in particular, innovative services include in-house data visualization and data synthesis services. Research shows that the path to developing innovative services is to reach company employees and assess their current, ongoing, and future needs. So, the methodology being used. The population for this study will be corporate librarians and company stakeholders. The study will employ non-probability sampling. Librarians and stakeholders must belong to a company that is considered in the middle range of mid-size to large. That means 750 employees or more. We'll also be sending surveys to select organizations and not posting it as an open call for all respondents. 2 questionnaires will be distributed. These will be survey questionnaires. The first will be distributed to corporate librarians and the second to company stakeholders. The questionnaires will be comprised of rated questions and then open-ended questions where respondents will be asked to elaborate in their own words. Qualitative and quantitative analysis of the survey responses will be used. Coding will be used to scan the set of responses and help to develop commonly occurring themes. Qualitative analysis will be employed in the form of more manual work, with researchers reviewing the survey's open-ended questions to extract and record more nuanced replies. Some limitations of the study. There is first the inherent risk of surveys distributed online and completed remotely. The identity of the respondent is not assured, the environment that the survey is being completed in is not secure, and this could impoverish the quality of survey results and findings. Second, there is no uniformity amongst the kinds of corporations included in the study. The study is not necessarily equipped to account for the differences that will be owed to varying fields that these corporations exist in and which the corporate libraries surveyed operate in. While our survey questions will be as targeted as possible, there is context here that will be difficult to account for. Similarly, corporate libraries are structured differently in almost every setting. Many corporate libraries exist remotely, some are physical, and this will be hard to take account for when analyzing replies. Significance of the research. This research is important because corporate libraries presently find themselves at a pivotal crossroads. Budget cuts and lack of internal knowledge about what the corporate library does and what it offers threaten its continued existence. There have been recent studies about the kinds of innovative services libraries are beginning to offer, but no comprehensive information about how those services are being marketed. Understanding the kinds of marketing efforts corporate libraries are undertaking and investigating how those efforts impact its value will be helpful. This will be actionable information that corporate libraries can use for marketing inspiration. Company executives can also glean a finer understanding of the ways in which the corporate library can continue to grow with the company as an important service to its employees. There's a reference list, and thank you for listening.